Gab07, what's up, mate? Hey, Andrew O'Neill, how you going? Ramon Dern, how you going, mate? Just doing a bit of a... Silly. Just doing a bit of a coin roll hunt, looking for Australian coins. Oops. All the kiddies are at school, so I've got the house to myself, so it's pretty bright though. How's everyone else going around the world? Happy Father's Day, New Age Pneumatist. I've got you this sub. Yeah. "11 at night where you are." Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. The kids are at school and there's no whinging, no crying, no fighting, no none of the normal stuff. We had a big live stream last night. The viewing time from it. Hey, coin hunting couple, kids at school, yeah. Hit the summer break. So how does the summer break work over in America? It's like here in Australia, we have a big Christmas holiday. They have 8 weeks off school. And then like every 8 weeks or so, or 8 or 10 weeks, they have another 2 weeks off. So how does it work in America? I always hear about this summer break and all that sort of stuff, and I always wonder, you know, what the go is with all that. "10 days away." Lucky you, yeah. No, we have pretty good school here in Australia. I went to a school and we got was it 8 weeks? 8 weeks of Christmas, and then we got hey Clinton S. Yeah, we had 2 weeks for Christmas and a week for spring, June, August for summer. Ah, right. So you used to have like a really big break for summer. We don't. We sit in our classrooms and melt. Not very nice, but I suppose our Christmas is our summer holiday. So 12 weeks off for summer, 2 weeks winter break, 1 week. Awesome. Hello, Think Dragon. Think, how you going, mate? Yeah, we have to go to school. There's supposed to be like rules that when it hits 45 degrees, you're supposed to go home, but we never got let go home, and it hit that a lot. So I don't know what their rules are, but we've got a real funny government here in Australia. We had a big, our government recently spent billions and billions of dollars on our schools, building buildings for everyone, and the school wasn't given a choice of what building they were given. Say they had beautiful buildings of every type, but they needed a toilet. They didn't get the toilet. They'd pull down a hall or something like that and rebuild it. You know, it was just crazy. And they didn't even put air conditioning in all the classrooms. They didn't do anything. So that's our government for you. I'll tell you a little story about it. When hey, Scrapping, when I was working for a builder, he got one of the contracts for building one of the classrooms. So just one classroom, and it had already been through 8 other people's hands subcontracting. So 8 people got paid out of this classroom. And then this guy that I worked for, he got enough money from building the one classroom to build himself a really big 5-bedroom house. So it's a bit stupid. Got to 107 in Arizona, a little warm. Yeah, it's a little warm. Yeah, no, we get really hot summers here in Australia because we've got the big desert in the middle of the country. So the hot winds come out of the desert and it's just extreme. Yeah, no, it's a pretty cool country, Australia. We do get a little bit of snow every now and then, but like when I shaved my beard off, we got snow that night. But because it was raining a lot, it didn't stay on the ground, so I couldn't get you any pictures. But it was so cold without my beard and my little bit of hair. I froze that night. I ended up getting up and putting a towel around my head. I do need one of your stickers, Scrapping, Hoarding, Tinkering Fun. You need one of mine. I got some more stickers recently, so I can send out more stickers. How's it like driving on the wrong side of the road? Yeah, it's going to be fun when I come to America and I have to drive on the other side of the road. That'll be a bit tricky. Yeah, we do a lot of things differently in Australia from you guys, but that's the sort of basic rules. Like we were set up by the English country, so they set up all our rules. You drive on a certain side of the road and blah blah blah, like they did in England. And America went the opposite way just to stay away from England. They wanted nothing to do with England, so they chose all the opposites of what England did. Just a little interesting little fact for you. But I got a 66. Let's see if I can get not a wavy Dan. I thought while all the kids were out, I might try and find some coins myself because when I sit down with them, they find everything and I find nothing. She finds it all right driving on the other side of the road? Yeah, I think I would. I don't like big cities though. I'm a country boy. I've always been out in the country and I find it quite difficult getting around in the big cities. So happy Father's Day for all you guys in America. That's pretty cool. Our Father's Day is in September, I think. Howdy, CSI. How you going, mate? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll try and find you a rare coin or something, and I'll give away a rare coin, whatever I can find. Like if I find a state coin or something like that, we'll do a little number game and give that one away. We do have some really cool 20-cent pieces, but unfortunately they're not silver, but they are still worth more than 20 cents, so they're still cool. Yeah, so we do things differently in our coin roll hunt. We look for low mintages and coin errors mainly. Yeah, I would too. Make a drive in big cities. I get my wife to drive in the big cities. The captain's the driver in our family. Yeah, the country's the way to go, Gav07, mate. It's awesome. You got a nice big package on the way over to you, Gav07. Nice heavy package, mate. You sent that off the other day. Yeah, no, the kids are at school, CSI. That's why I jumped on and did a stream. I thought, oh, beauty, I can do a nice quiet stream. No crying, no fighting. Yeah, that's true too, Scrapping. But these coins they normally sell the ones that I'm looking for. They'll normally sell for a couple of bucks a coin, so they're still pretty cool. Yeah, nice day. I was supposed to be at work, but it rained all night, and it's still pretty wet outside, so they won't be able to get big concrete trucks down this the hill to where I need to pour the manhole. So got called off for the day. So I'm hoping it stops raining so I can get back into work. The guy I work for, he's a really smart man. He's a developer, but geez, he's tight. He's tight with his money. Very painful sometimes. Like we work for like half of what most of the other blokes do that sort of work for, and he still whinges at us all day, every day. And at the moment, we're working. I'm crazy for sending that to you. No, I want to spread happiness and joy across the world, Gav 07, mate. The world's been too cranky for too long. We've got to try and make it better. So every time I make someone out there happy, hopefully you guys will pass it on to someone else, make someone else happy, and so on, and we'll do our bit for the world. Hello, South Carolina Relic Hunting. How you going, mate? Cool. Stop boy. Hey, Mark Boy. Yeah, the stubble's coming through. It's slowly but surely. It is so cold here in Australia at the moment. It's winter. So I'm like, come on, beard, grow back, grow back. It's freezing here at the moment. I'm not finding anything at the moment. Yeah, I haven't done any editing and all that sort of stuff yet. I haven't really learned how to do all the computer side stuff of it yet. Like I'm just learning. I learned how to do tags recently. That's an important thing. TubeBuddy helps with that. I get my free tags every day, and I go in and put them up. So that's helping out. But hey, Stormy, how you going, mate? Night, Stormy. Thanks for stopping in, brother. Yeah. Oh, I'm not finding anything at the moment. It's not fair. The girls find all the real expensive coins, like Golden Egg. She found the coin that could sell for $800, and then she found another one that can sell for $175. And then the captain, she came in doing a 50-cent coin roll hunt with me. The captain found the silver 50-cent coin. So I don't know what's going on. If I keep hunting, I've got to find something sooner or later. And if I don't find anything, I've got a bag of coins here that I can do a giveaway at the end of the stream with. So always be prepared. Always have a backup. I'm a good Boy Scout, even though I got kicked out real early on. Didn't even make it through Cubs. Yep. Happy Father's Day, everyone with kids. Night, Stormy. Oh, cool. Coin hunting couple. Sometimes we get rolls, but I've been going to a certain bank and they have bags of coins, and inside a sealed bag, and inside that they have little satchels of coins. So I've been going to that bank, but I have got I've got to make an appointment with another bank, and they've got a machine in the bank where I can go up to put my card in and get out as many rolls of coins in whatever denomination I want. So they've got a coin roll vending machine in the bank, and they've also got a coin counting machine next to it. So I can go in, pour my bag of coins into this machine, get all my money back, and then go over to the next machine, put my card in, and type in what rolls I want, and then it'll shoot out all the rolls for me. So I've got to make an appointment with them and get that on the go. That's pretty exciting. Nice 2018, I'll put in the side. Yeah, so we have like really low mintage coins. So like they might mint in 1 year, they might mint a certain type of, like they'll do the 20 cent, the normal 20 cent, and they'll make 40, 50 million of them. And then they'll do a commemorative special one-off, which they'll mint only 1 million of. And those are the sort of coins that we're looking for today. Hey, Victoria Roman Carter. Oh, thanks very much for that. That all helps the like buttons. We got 70 likes on our last live stream. I was blown away by that. We still got our one dislike from someone, but that's cool. They reckon dislikes still count on your analytics, whether it's a dislike or a like still counts for the same thing. So, oh, we just found a Canberra coin. Centenary of Canberra Federation, so 1913 to 2013. These are cool coins. I gave one of these away in the live stream last night. That's the street map of Canberra. So it's quite a cool little coin, that. And I'm quite close to Canberra. I'm sort of in between Sydney and Canberra. I'm a little bit closer to Sydney than I am to Canberra. Yeah, sore loser. So I do get a fair few Canberra coins, which is good, and I get New South Wales ones, but I don't get the other states very often. So people in Victoria, they often get South Australia, Victorian and Tasmanian. It just depends where you live as to what sort of coins you get. As you guys know, with your Denver Mints and your San Francisco and your Phillies and all that sort of thing. 2015, not aware. I've got a little list here which tells me the dates and sort of what the values of each coins are. Like the Canberra minted one, Federation coins there, low mintage, and each one sells for roughly $2.50 each. And if you get a full set, they'll sell for $30 online. So $2.50 coin, 20 cents. That's good money in my book. No, it's see, Canberra. What happened in Australia was we had two really big cities back in the old days. We had Canberra and Melbourne. Canberra and Melbourne. We had Sydney and Melbourne, and they were the two real big cities. So far, I haven't been charged for any coins so far, but I'll see what this new bank is going to do. But I definitely want to get in there, even if they charge me a little bit for the rolls. I'll still hammer that machine, because I can get a card and I can go into the lobby 24 hours a day. So I can go in at midnight when I finish work or whatever, when the kids are asleep and I'm bored. I can go in with my card. I can go into the lobby, like my card will let me into the lobby of the bank, and then I can return all my coins and then get fresh rolls. So I can get rolls any time of the day that I want. So if I have to pay a little bit for that luxury, then I don't mind. And it's a lot of fun. And the kids love it. They think it's Christmas every time we do a coin roll hunt, you know, because, hey, Michael Mullins, it's so hard for a little kid, you know, they want things and that, and they don't have a lot of ways of making money. So for a little kid to be able to turn 20 cents into $2.50, it's magic. In the US, the banks rob you. Yeah, don't worry, South Carolina, Relicanos. The banks rob us pretty bad here in Australia. Our banks are the most profitable banks in the world. Our banks make billions and billions of dollars every year. They're, you know, don't feel sorry for our banks. Hey, Aussie Stacker, how you going, mate? Hey, Shuey Ward. Yeah, don't feel sorry for our banks. Our banks are crooks. So what it is not a lot of people do coin roll hunting in Australia. Like it's a thing, but it's not a huge thing like in America when you've got silver coins. So most of it's just for shops and customers of the bank that need the coins. So they don't really charge for that, but they do charge you for your account and all that, and they don't miss you. CSI, yeah, no, we do have a lot of flies in Australia in the summer. You'll always get that, but the further out in the country you go, the worse it gets, like cattle and all that sort of stuff. When you're out in the farmlands, it can be pretty bad. But what you're seeing the outback, and the outback is just, hey, John Chum, the outback's a different world entirely. It's like another planet. And when you're out there and the flies, they go for any tiny bit of water out there. So they'll want to drink the water out of your eyes and out of your nose and out of your mouth. They're that desperate for water. Yeah, it's Australia's most of the people in Australia, we live on the coastline. There's a thin line around the coast, which is really nice, habitable country. And when you go further into the centre, it gets drier and drier and harder and harder. And there's a big portion in the centre of Australia, and no one knows what's underneath it. There's, I think it's about 7 to 8 meters of sand covering most of the interior of the country, and they have no idea what's underneath that sand. So they don't know whether there's gold under there. They don't know whether there's oil under there. That they don't know what's there. So Australia is one of the last big untouched areas of the world where people don't know what's there. Yeah, I'm not going there. It's bad out there. You can fry an egg on the bonnet of your car out there. Yeah, the flies are bad. We when we go to our prospecting place for sapphires, the flies are miserable, and you cover yourself in fly spray and that, and it does nothing. They drink that stuff. They're that tough. Them flies, they drink the fly repellent. Nothing's going to keep them away from you. We have really good sapphires here, though. They're incredible. Some of the best in the world in New South Wales at a little place called Gullen. It's only a little place. It's not a huge area, but it's one river, and it's Gullen, which is Aboriginal for little place of little water. So it's a very dry area, and the creek's very intermittent, like it flows a little bit and then it stops. But we had a really big flood there a few years back, and it opened up the creek immensely. Like it used to be, you had to go there and dig down through a couple of meters of dirt to get to the sapphire layer. And this massive flood come through, ripped the whole place apart, just straight through the valley, the gully, and churned up the whole place. Now there's sapphires all over the place. You don't have to dig down to find them. You can find them within, that far of the surface. It's just changed the whole place completely. Yeah, gnats. I don't know what the go is with that. Are they? We've got these little things here in Australia called midges, and they're worse than mosquitoes. They keep biting you and biting your blood, and there's millions of them. I'm not sure what gnats are. They're probably like midgies, I'd say. They sound pretty annoying. But the biggest problem with our place we go prospecting for sapphires is the snakes. They have eastern brown snakes there. And they're some of the worst in Australia to get bitten by. If you get bitten by them, you're gone. Hey, you going into the maze? That was pretty cool stream last night. Sorry you got them trolls, mate. That one guy cried and cried about dying for about an hour, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, horseflies are pretty bad. Yeah, we get horseflies and we get march flies, these ones with these big green eyes. Oh, geez, when they land on you and bite you, you know you've been bitten. Hello, Mr. Doughboy. How you going, mate? Ah, likes to land in your eye. No, we don't have that here, thank goodness. But we have the midgies, and they're just as bad. Yeah, rattlesnakes. See, rattlesnakes are bad, but their poison's not as bad as the eastern brown. The eastern brown, I'm pretty sure they've got enough poison in them to, in one bite, to take down like 10 people. Trolls are just part of the business, mate. It was great to have you there, though. Yeah, no, it was funny. I was having a good old chuckle at that bloke. He was having a real big cry. No seams. Yeah, we've got ticks in Australia, and there's been a big problem in Australia with ticks. Actually, we're not really sure what's going on, but a lot of people that get bitten by ticks end up with allergies to meat. They can't eat red meat anymore, and the only thing they can eat is chicken and fish. So there's some disease going around. They think it's something to do with the mammals or something. I'm not really sure, but yeah, it's making a lot of people in Australia sick. I got it for a while. I was sick for a long time, but I think I'm over it now. I'll hope. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I came home from the theme park and I had a really, really bad sunburn. Like I was absolutely blistered. Went to the water park, so I got burnt all over. And I jumped in the shower and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm hurting down below. That's the only part that's not sunburnt, and it was still hurting, and I had a tick buried in the end of my what. And yeah, it was a very a very stressful evening, very sunburnt, and then I had to go to the doctor and get that taken out. And oh geez. Well, here we go. We've got another one. We've got Australian Centenary of Federation. I think this is a Canberra one. No, this is Australian Federation one, this one. That's quite a cool one. I'll keep that one. Don't seem very many of them. They're rare coins. Yeah, we've got about everything here in Australia. The worst one you want to stay well away from is the eastern brown. The eastern brown's an aggressive snake with enough poison to knock you dead. And you get hit by them, and it's nearly night. The year on that one is 2001. So on that one, that's worth Federation coins about 250 for that one. So that's a nice find. So I think these all sort of go together and make up a set. Your state coins and then your main Federation coin, they all work as a set. So you need them all to make a set. Is it Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. What time is it? It's 1:20 in the afternoon. The girls still at school. So it's a lovely day. You know, CSI, I'll be honest with you, we do have a barbie, but in Australia, we never ever cook shrimp on the barbie. We cook prawns on the barbie. We don't call them shrimp here, we call them prawns. But Crocodile Dundee changed it to shrimp so you guys would understand what we were talking about. Last day of school there tomorrow. Oh, gee, that'd be bad. Yeah, no shrimps here. We've got some beautiful prawns here in Australia. We get lobsters better. Yeah, no, we get big king prawns and big tiger prawns and things like that. And yeah, we do cook trolls on the barbie. They're tasty. We eat everything here in Australia. No, we've got really good seafood here in Australia, like top notch stuff. Like as you're going around Australia, you'll have different areas where you'll have different types of prawns. So, you know, I'm not sure if everyone around the world gets that sort of thing, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, and then we get really good oysters and lobsters. We get lots and lots of lobsters because we're an island country. So lobsters and we get Balmain bug. Balmain bug are really cool. They're like a mini lobster, and you cut them in half and pull their black meat out. Yeah, they're awesome. No worries, Doughboy. I'm just doing a bit of streaming while there's no one home. Yum. Yeah, you can't beat the seafood. Seafood was always been a big part of Australia, especially because in Christmas time it's summer, and most often when it's Christmas time it'll be 40-degree heat, 40-degree plus heat. So you don't really want to be cooking a big roast on Christmas Day. So quite often, yeah, those bugs are really nice. A couple of weeks ago, and cooked some garlic. Yeah. So what we normally do in Australia is we have a seafood Christmas meal. So it's not going to cook your house and cook you, but you still get a really nice break out the booze in the eye patch. I can't find my eye patch. The kids pinched it on me. Oh well, but yeah, I don't drink either. I can't anymore. One kidney, so no drinking for me. Sad, 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 sad. No, I don't really mind it. Oh, do I have a wave gap? No. Yeah, there's lots of different coin errors and all this sort of stuff. It's fun to learn. Oh, thanks, that one coin collector. Yeah, yeah. I used to drink as an Australian. If you don't drink it, there's something wrong with you. Yeah, we have a lot of Chinese and Vietnamese stuff here in Australia, but we know which ones to get and which ones to leave. The booze fueled roll runs. No, yeah, we used to, like in Australia when you're a young guy. It's pretty, everyone pressures you to drink and that. So most people drink a lot, and I used to get really sick from it. And like I was okay when I was drinking, but I'd go a bit silly because I couldn't process all the alcohol, so it would build up, and I'd end up being stupid on it. I never got into huge trouble, but I hurt myself a few times, which was pretty stupid. Got into a lot of fights, which was stupid. And so when I found out what was causing it all, and like I used to get a hangover for 3 or 4 days when I drink, and that was terrible. So I don't get any of that anymore, and I don't get any fights or anything. Oh, I just got a coming home coin. I gave away one of them the other night too. The soldier coming home to his family after the war. He about died so quick. Yeah, well, I ended up, I got really dehydrated badly at work one day, and I went to the hospital, and they, I kept saying to them, "There's something really badly wrong, and my side hurts, and something's really wrong." And they just kept saying to me, "You're just here for drugs. Go away, go away. We don't want to know you. We're not going to help you." And I ended up going back to my doctor and telling her the culture of drinking the army. Yeah, that's better information. Yeah, so I went to my doctor and told her that I'd been to the hospital in 3 days, 3 days in a row, which is, for me, I hate the hospital, especially after they nearly killed my wife, they nearly killed Hunter, and then they crippled me all in one day. So I hate the hospital. So when I told her I went there 3 days, she sent me for a scan and to find out what was wrong. And the lady doing the scan came out and said, have you had a kidney removed? And I said, no. And she said, well, you've only got one, I'm sorry to tell you. So that was a bit of a shock. Yeah, the war coins are great, John. I really dig them. I just got another one then. And I found my first 20-cent changeover. The girls have found one before, but I've never found one. This is our government rubbing it into us about taking our silver coins off us. This coin is to celebrate 50 years of them punishing us. So they've got the old coin that would have been the equivalent of a 20-cent piece in the day. You sold it on eBay. Thanks for your service too, Into the Maze. Yeah, no. Apparently, I think it's like 1 in 1,000 people are born with only one kidney, and then it's 1 in 800 are born with a miniature kidney, like a little kidney on one side and a normal one on the other side. Yeah, it's really interesting when you find out about it all. Yeah, they are a nice coin. It's they put the old picture of the silver coin in the middle there, so you can sort of see what the coin was like in the old days. And they're collectible. They're the changeover coins. So they're what year is that? That's 2016. So they're the changeovers. They're $3. So that's a $3 coin. That one in good nick. So that's a nice find. That's probably my most valuable find to date. Well, thanks for your service, CSI. Australia and America are big time allies and friends in the army and the soldiering. Yeah, no, we try and have a lot of fun in Australia. We used to have what was called Cracker Night here in Australia when we'd celebrate the Queen's birthday, and we'd have like a big bonfire and crackers and all that sort of thing, firecrackers. And that was a really big thing in Australia, and the government took that off us too. We're not allowed to do that anymore. That's illegal. Don't drink anymore. Don't drink any less. Yeah, I don't mind people drinking. Don't get me wrong. Like, I encourage my wife to have a glass of wine every now and then to calm down when she's been having a hard time at work and things like that. So I'm not a wowser or anything like that. Like I said, I used to really enjoy sitting down for a steak, salad, chips, and a beer. And, the steak and the chips, and then the salad, and then some beer, and steak, some chips, some salad, and some beer. I really used to enjoy that, but I can't even do that now. So It's the small joys in life that you miss when you can't do things anymore. It's all good. Cracker heads on fire. Yeah, Cracker Night was amazing in Australia. We used to have the ones that would shoot the parachute up, and they'd have the little army dude below it, and the parachute would come down, and all the little kids would try and get the parachute, and the parachute would always get sucked over into the bonfire and burn in the bonfire, so you'd hardly ever get the parachute. So, like I said, I got a lot of good memories of Cracker Night, and I was only really young when they changed it too, so I was quite disappointed. You know, I was just getting to the age where I had my own money and my own ability to buy them. And hey, Rafe, how you going, mate? So I was just getting to the point where I could buy my own firecrackers. You know, you go into the local toy shop and they'd have the whole place would be full of crackers. And I still remember it. Now I can't do it. But our politicians, being the generous, nasty people that they are, they took it away from everyone in Australia except for those people who lived in Canberra, the capital, and they let them have fireworks until last year, and then they took it away from them too. So now we're all in the same boat. But Canberra was built because Sydney and Melbourne were fighting over who was going to be the capital city. So they built Canberra from scratch. They went and picked a place sort of halfway between Sydney and Melbourne, point Canberra, and they built Canberra there, and they planned it all out so it's a planned city. And hey, Sandy, how you going? So when you go to Canberra, it's not like a normal city that's developed and grown up. It was built from scratch, and it's sort of soulless in a way. Like you go around and it's all government stuff, and there's no, like, we drove around there one night trying to find somewhere to eat, and we just couldn't find anywhere to eat. It was terrible. It was one of the worst holidays we've ever had. Yeah, it is, Mark. Yeah, I don't get hangovers. I don't get in trouble anymore. I don't get sick. Open toed sandals. Very good coin hunting couple. Yeah, I still wish we got firecrackers here though. It was a lot of fun, but a lot of people have been silly with them and getting hurt. So they did the whole nanny system thing, you know, like, oh, one person got hurt, so we're going to ban it for everyone so no one will get hurt. And they've just taken it so far here in Australia now. You can't do anything anymore. You need a permit to do anything. You're not allowed to cut down a tree. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. So people will have big trees hanging over their house, and you know that tree's going to fall on the house. And you say to the council, we need to get this tree down to save someone's life, or someone will get killed. And they still say to you, no, you can't cut the tree down. And that tree falls down and kills someone, and still you're not allowed to do it. Oh, Sandy, that's cheap. That's not fair. I wish we had firecrackers here. I used to really love it. Hi, Ella, how you going? Yeah, the fireworks would have been great. Like, I think we went down to Canberra one night, I think, and it was Cracker Night. We were staying down there for a night, and you couldn't sleep. There were crackers going off everywhere. It was a lot of fun, but I didn't have any. But I went for a walk. Then my wife went to sleep, and I watched all the firecrackers going off everywhere. That was a lot of fun. Oh, I think I got a wave gap. Yep, I've got a wave gap. So that's cool. Don't know how much they're worth. Probably a couple of bucks, I'd say. So that's nice. And a wave gap is where is it? 2008 coins. They have the little line there going into the platypus's head. If it doesn't touch the platypus's head, it's called a wave gap. Mini versions of what goes on over the Harbour Bridge. Yeah. Well, there was a big trade in like illegal fireworks for a long time. And if you were a truck driver, you got firecrackers. That was just the way it was. All the truck drivers had firecrackers, and you had to know someone to get them. So every now and then you'd get a little bag, but you'd pay through the nose for it. And there's a lady that lives behind my house, and her husband's a truck driver and has a big trucking company. And she went and got her pyrotechnician's license, which means that she's allowed to have firecrackers, but it's a full-blown process. Like it's a 5-day course or a 10-day course. I don't know what it was, Rich. Yeah, it's a 10-day course to get firecrackers, and you got a liaison with the police, and they've got to inspect your house and your storage for your firecrackers and all that sort of stuff. So it ends up being a really expensive exercise, and I just can't afford to do that. So no, I don't think customs would like that. Our customs are pretty strict here in Australia. You know, they get a lot of stuff like that coming in. Mostly, like when you watch our custom shows, mostly drugs and stuff coming in books and stuff like that. Yeah, Sandy, I've been up to Sydney for the fireworks and that. I was there. Was it 88 when we had the bicentenary celebration, the 200 years of Australia? That was a really big one. Yes, everything equals more money for the government. See some pretty crazy stuff. Cool, Ray. Yeah, you would get locked up. Yeah, no, don't ever do anything. Don't ever send anything to Australia. They're pretty full on here. They've got their stuff sorted out. Most of what what is brought into Australia is brought in by the customs agents themselves and the corrupt police and things like that. So, Sandy, that'd be awesome. Florida sounds like a pretty cool place. When I'm planning my trip to America, when I finish my kilo silver bucket, which should be pretty soon, I'm going to start saving for my America trip. So I'm going to start saving up, and I'm planning to go to Florida to go to Disney World, and then to go to Boston to see Mr. Doughboy, and I'll see where else I end up along the way. But that should be a lot of fun. So what time of year should we head to Florida for the firecrackers, Sandy, so that I can make sure I get me hit of firecrackers while I'm there? Well, that'd be cool, South Carolina relic hunters. We could make a road trip of it across America. Next month. Is that when you'd have your firecrackers? No limits for the fireworks. That's cool. Reservation. See, Kevin, do you get to make your own rules on the reservation, or is it sort of set up for you as what you can do and can't do? Yeah, we can still get sparklers in Sydney. Yeah, no, we can still get them. We got to go to like the $2 shops and that sort of thing. We can still get sparklers and we can get poppers and that sort of thing, but they're not real exciting. Yeah, but there used to be a guy going around with a truck set up with firecrackers, but he got caught and he got given it was 15 years in jail for selling illegal explosives. So they made a real example of him, put him in jail, and really tore him a new one. Yes, kind of. We're a sovereign nation. We have our own laws, but federal laws still apply. Well, that's cool that you're your own sovereign nation at least. At least you get something out of it. Here in Australia, the Aboriginals they get what's called their own country, but even there, it's not really their own country. They're still subject to our laws and that sort of thing. So it's not really fair for them. Geez, they get a hard time. It's a lot better these days, but geez, the things in the past that happened here are absolutely disgusting. Like in my area, they had um, lots of really bad things happen. First of July, big for Canada, fireworks Canada. The Canada still allows you to have fun. We're really we're really ruled over here. Yeah, no, Darwin's. Yeah, it's not real good. I feel very bad for the Aboriginals. I believe we should do a lot more than we've done. Um, Unfortunately, I don't have any power in that situation. I'm just a little person. No one listens to me. Ramon, where I go for my sapphires, we do find potch, but I've never found any big sapphires like at that place. Not yet, anyway. But if you want sapphires, you've got to go further out into the desert areas. Head fire builder didgeridoo. I've never actually been able to play a didgeridoo. You've got to work out how you breathe in through your nose and out your mouth at the same time. So you got to and blow at the same time. So you've got to take the air in your nose and blow it out at the same time. Whoa, and you've got to keep it going. So you've got to keep the breath going into you and blow out at the same time. So it's not an easy thing to do a didgeridoo. Every time I've tried to do it, I've failed totally. Yeah, see, here in Australia, we've only got like what was it, 5 states. We were going to make New Zealand the sixth state. They didn't want to be. And the states are all pretty similar in their laws. You know, they all get together and make the same laws. So unfortunately, it probably does CSI. I can't do it. Yeah, Dubbo and all that sort of that's inland. Dubbo's got a really big zoo out there, and they have all like African elephants and rhinos and all that sort of thing. When all the elephants and rhinos and all that are extinct from Africa, we'll probably have them here in Australia in the Dubbo Zoo because it's very much similar to Africa. So they'll keep them going there, I hope. Hey, lots of sodium. Yeah, no, the didgeridoo's hard to spell and say, and yeah, the Dubbo Zoo. Yeah, I remember going to the Dubbo Zoo when I was a little fella. Every time I went to Dubbo, I used to get car sick. I get travel sickness too, which is not much fun. Yeah, Parks and Orange. I've been to Parks and Orange. Yeah, that's a nice country out there. It's very dry though. Well, sort of the further you go away from the coast, the more dry and harsher the country can get. And you do have the odd place inland that's like an oasis in the desert, and it'll be really nice. But they're few and far between. Yeah, the beard's coming back. Yeah, I don't even know how to spell them, South Carolina, so I can't correct you on that one. We just call them the instrument no one can play. Oh, some people can play them, but I have no idea. Yeah, we have bad problems with asbestos in Australia. Real bad. Everything was built out of asbestos for a long time, and I dig it up all the time. I've probably got asbestosis and all that sort of thing. Yeah, we've got some scary places here too. But like we've got places out in the desert that is all radioactive from all the nuclear testing we did back in the 50s and 60s. So large areas are all no go land. Got married in Jenolan Caves. Cool. I haven't been to Jenolan Caves. I've been to Wombian Caves. I want to go to Jenolan. Yeah, it's one place I haven't been yet. It's a problem with Australia. Everything's so far away. It takes you like 10 hours to get anywhere. Yeah, Area 51. Yeah. Oh, you can go to the deserts. You can go to the places where the bombs and that went off. It's not advisable. And that was all. See, what a lot of people don't know is Australia. Like at the moment, we've got 5 states and a couple of little territories. When it was an Aboriginal country, it was all divided up into little countries. There was like I think there was 180 different Aboriginal countries and languages in Australia, and so one Aboriginal nation they nearly lost their whole country when they did the nuclear testing. Oh, I've heard about the Cathedral Cave. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. I've seen it on TV. I haven't actually seen it myself, but yeah, that's pretty impressive. The Wombian Caves are pretty cool. But to get down to the Wombian Caves, you've got to go down this like a death road, and it's pretty frightening. So, hey, Red Dragon Stacking, how you going, mate? So you got to go down this road, and you're driving along, and you come to this stone tunnel, and you see it in a lot of ads, and you drive through the sandstone tunnel. In Australia, a lot of ads have that tunnel in it, and what a lot of people don't know is that tunnel's haunted every time. Like I've seen about 20 cars roll over in that tunnel. I don't know why or what's going on, but it's an absolute disaster zone, that tunnel, for accidents. And then people go off the edge all the time. So you can drive around, right around through Crookville and another place and come into Wombian Caves from the other way. And that's a lot safer, but it takes a lot longer. But that's the way I tend to go. I don't like the death road. Been down it too many times. Used to go down there on the bus with the school. That was frightening. And you go around the corner and you got to honk the horn as you're going around the corner so the other people know that there's someone coming. And you go around the corner and all of a sudden there's a waterfall there and the road's washed away. There's no road there anymore. So you've got to slam on the brakes. And yeah, she was a hairy old trip. And then you've got to reverse back up the death road and all that. There's nowhere to turn around. And Yeah, we have quite a lot of old military bases around in Australia, and people still get hurt going on them today. Hey, Jacob Gonzalez, but there are still landmines and things like that around. Some thylacines. All right. I think they're still down there in Tassie, from what I've heard. But yeah, the people that know where they are don't want to let it out because they don't want the government going in there and doing testing on them and all that sort of stuff. But who knows whether that's the truth or not. Yeah, Coffs Harbour's grown up a lot. I remember last time I went there, it was a little mini city now. Before that, it was a little town, and now it's a mini city. Yeah, we used to go up to Coffs to see my wife's parents. They've got a little fish and chip shop not far from Coffs in a little town called, I can't remember what it's called now, some real funny name. Oh, it's hard to pronounce. Anyway, yeah, still not many jobs there. There never was red dragon stacking. It was always too many people, not enough jobs was Coffs' problem. Yeah, Coffs is a nice place, but the work is a problem. I remember my wife saying about that. She used to work in restaurants and things like that. So yeah, Yamba. I've heard of Yamba. Never been there, but I've heard of it. No, Coffs is a nice place. I enjoyed my little trip there. They've got in Coffs. Correct me if I'm wrong, Red Dragon. They've got a porpoise. Is it porpoise? Swim with the porpoises or something like that. Like a little place where you can go, like a little theme park sort of thing. I think I'm right. I might be wrong. I don't think it's dolphins. I think it's porpoises. I can't remember. Yeah, you'll get offered jobs in country towns and stuff, but they're quite good. You know, like a little place will need someone. Most of the people get work in Australia travelling around. Country's always in need of more people. They never have enough people out in the country. But the cities, they always have too many people, not enough jobs, which is an irony. You know, if half the people in the city that didn't have a job went out into the country, they'd all have one. But none of them will do that. Yeah, the holiday industry, exactly. Yeah. Hey, Colin, how you going, mate? Yeah, it doesn't really have a lot there. You know, like it's got the beach and the rainforest and that, but it's sort of penned in. Oh, well, she's a chef, then she should be all right. Then you can always get a job as a chef here in Australia. That's it. Yeah, they have the porpoise pool. That's the one. I remember that now. It's been a few years since I was there, but I do remember that. And the big banana. I went to the big banana last time I was there in Coffs. They've got the big banana. That was cool. I always wanted to go to the big banana. And I finally got to go to that. And my wife's like, "Oh, it's not really exciting or impressive or anything." And I said, "Oh, I don't care. I've always heard about the big banana and I want to go." So I finally got to go to the big banana. No, it wasn't that exciting, but it was still good to be there. I always wanted to say I've been to the big banana. You've been to the big banana, Sandy? Yeah, the big banana's cool. Did you ever go to the Big Sheep in Goulburn, Sandy? When yep, next time I get to Goulburn, which I don't know when it will be, but I'm hoping I get there soon. I'm going to go to the Big Sheep and do a shout out video for Doughboy at the Big Sheep. I love the Big Sheep. The Big Sheep's cool. You go up in his head and you look out his eyes. Yeah, what happened with the bananas? Did they get wiped out with disease or something? I heard something about that. Yeah, I remember it was all bananas, bananas, bananas everywhere, and now all of a sudden it's just gone. Bah. Yeah, you'll love it, Doughboy. It's awesome, mate. It's one of my favourite buildings. I'd say in Australia, my favourite building would be the Australian War Memorial. That's really amazing. Like they've got this cathedral there, and it's got all the different services around the wall, and it's like tile murals, and it's absolutely beautiful. And you can go through all the museum and that. I'll try and get a video for it one day. One day you're gonna get caught. I see. I see. World's largest fry pan. Oh, cool. I love all the large buildings and stuff. It used to make things a lot of fun. We used to have on the central coast near Sydney. We used to have what was called like the Leyland brothers. They built a miniature version of Ayers Rock, or Uluru as it's called now, and that was like a petrol station, big building thing. That was cool too, but that burnt down recently, so the big rock's not there anymore. It's gone. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The big Merino. Yeah, that's a lot of. Yeah, yes, it is Blueberries now. That's right. Cool. Orange shaped buildings here in Florida too. Oh, cool. Ooh, wow, that's lucky CSI. I remember we've got the redback spider in Australia. They're a little spider, black spider with a red stripe on their back, and they're not deadly venomous, but they when they bite you, they really hurt. It's a really, really painful bite, and when you've been bitten by one, it hurts you for a couple of days. And the Brazilian wandering spider and the redbacks always like dark, wet environments, so they always want to be underneath a toilet seat or something. And somehow they got out, they got let loose in Japan. They went wild over in Japan. So now Japan's got a big problem with Australian spiders. Every time they go to the toilet, they've got to check their toilet for Australian spiders. You don't want to get bitten on the bum by one of them. I have, and it really hurts. It's painful. Tears just stream down your eyes. Oh, red mark on its belly. Yeah, no, we've got some um, really unique things here in Australia. Like my neighbour, my next door neighbour, he found a trapdoor spider, and he went, he caught it and took it in to have it looked at, and it turned out to be a new species of spider. So it's got its own name and everything, and it's only found on our street. Brown recluse spiders bad here. He'll kill you. Yeah, we've got the funnel webs, and the funnel web, they're bad news, mate. They'll kill you. Yeah, 300 funnel webs in it the following year. Yeah, funnel webs, they're bad news, and they, you know, you don't just find one funnel web. You'll have what's called a nest. They'll nest together, and they'll have all these little holes together, and it's normally under a bush or somewhere where they feel protected, and they'll nest in the community. So if you dig them up or disturb them or whatever, you won't have one coming out. You'll have 50, 60 funnel webs coming out, and one of them gets you, you're gone. I've had it before at work, and I've just ran backwards, smashing them with my shovel, and I moved pretty quick, I tell you. If there was water there, I would have walked on water. Yep. Yeah, we definitely do. Yeah, you got to be careful. We used to all have like outdoor toilets in Australia, and they were real bad for that. They got a lot of people. Yeah, I've screamed before from spiders and snakes and stuff. We get a spider here called a huntsman, and they're really big, scary-looking spiders, but they're not venomous. They'll just give you a nasty bite, and it's nothing like a redback or anything. It just hurts a little bit, and but they'll have a nest, and in a bit of firewood, you might have 200 spiders in that bit of firewood. So you'll bring it inside to put in your fire, and all of a sudden you've got hundreds of spiders running around everywhere. And I've had that before, and I've screamed too. Ah! Yeah, I'm not a big fan of spiders and snakes. I think the brown snakes are scary. They're aggressive, but you know, I've seen a lot of them down at Grab and Gullen, and if you make a lot of noise and they know you're there, they'll leave you alone if you leave them alone. But if you come at them, they'll fully go and attack you and kill you. But we have these other ones called tiger snakes, and they've got stripes like a tiger, and they're full on mega aggressive, and they will chase you down and bite you. They are full on aggressive. If they see you or you disturb them, they're going to come after you. And yeah, redbacks. Oh, it's a pain. It's a real pain, red dragon. I know what you mean, mate. $90 for huntsman. Sandy, my next door neighbour, she had a snake trying to get into her window. Was trying to get in through the fly screen, and it was a brown snake. And we're not sure whether it was a copperhead or whether it was an eastern brown, but so it was trying to get in her window, and she was screaming at me to shoot this snake. And I had the shotgun there, and I said to her, I'm not going to shoot the snake when it's on the window like that. It'll shoot into your house. I'm not shooting into your house, lady. And she kept screaming at me to shoot this snake. Yeah, the brown snakes will chase you down, but I found them to be less aggressive than the tigers. I've found that they'll tend to leave you be if you leave them be. If they're out chasing their mice or whatever, or their frogs, as long as you leave them alone, they'll leave you be. But the tigers, they'll go you. They're real bad. I hate tigers. Yeah, snakes frighten me real bad. So I had the lady screaming at me to shoot this snake, and I waited till it came off the window, and she's like, "Quick, shoot the snake now!" And I said, "Oh, I'd rather wait till it came off the bricks." Anyway, it's gone into the wall cavity, and this lady's just erupted into screaming hysteria, and you've got to kill it before it gets into the house. And when it popped its head out, I shot its head off and had to pull it out of the cavity. That was fun. But yeah, we get lots of stuff like that here in Australia. That's why the kookaburras are so good to have around. If you've got a kookaburra around your house, you won't get snakes around because they'll fly down, they'll grab the snake, they'll fly up in the air and they'll drop him. The snake comes down and dies, and then they pick him up and eat him. So if you've got kookaburras around, you're pretty safe. Not me, South Carolina. The ones we've got in Australia, you want to get them real quick. If they get you, you've got minutes to get to a medical facility. Not you got minutes with some of our ones. So it's not worth messing around with them, especially the browns. They're bad news. Yeah. Yeah, I don't trust our snakes either. They're bad, mate. I went down to Shoalhaven River hiking once, and that's a gold-bearing river, and I've heard some stories about the Shoalhaven River. Let me tell you. Anyway, when I went down there, we got lost in our group and got led down the wrong trail by this other guy. By the time we got to the bottom of the river, I think we were 10 kilometres away from where we should have been. We should have come down another spur. So we had to walk 10 kilometres up this river, and there were brown snakes on every single rock all the way up there. And it was the most frightening walk we've ever had in our lives. I've never been back to the Shoalhaven River since, ever, and I'll never go back there again. Yeah, that's what they do. They smash them, they whack them against the tree. It's awesome to watch kookaburras at work. I love them. They're my favourite bird by a long shot. Yeah, kookaburras are cool. Yeah, see, we can't use a dredge here in Australia. Dredges are illegal for any mining. Bowerbird noises, yeah. Yeah, we got a few bowerbirds around here. I don't have any on my property. I've only got a lyrebird. And the old lyrebird's funny. He'll make chainsaw noises. He'll pretend to be a telephone. Like he'll sit out in the garden outside your house and listen to your telephone ring, and then he'll copy the telephone call. So you think your phone's ringing, and it's really the lyrebird sitting outside laughing at you. It's a funny looking bird. It sort of looks a bit like a chicken, the lyrebird, and it doesn't really fly. It sort of runs and hops and glides a little bit. It's a real funny looking thing. Yeah, I love them. I reckon they're beautiful. I tried to get one on video the other day, but man, they move. I only got him on for a little second. They're so fast. It's so funny when you hear them start doing the chainsaw. They're cool little birds. Yeah, on the 10-cent coin. Yeah, no, Australia's a nice country. It's pretty cool. Oh wow, Kevin, I'll have a look at that. Yeah, we've got what's called wedge-tail eagles here in Australia, and they're a big bird. They're probably similar to your bald eagles. They're really big, and they eat our chooks. They come in and kill our chooks, and they're such good hunters that they kill a chook just for a snack. Like it's not a main meal or anything. They just kill the chook and they rip the meat off his face or the soft part and have a little snack and fly away. Yeah, they're real bad. We lose lots of chooks from that. And my dad, he does chook shows. He's a chook show man. What they call a chook fancier. There's one for you. if you're into chooks, you call the chook fancier. 8 foot across, yeah, huge. You're not allowed to hurt these ones here in Australia either, so you can't really stop them. All you can do is like put wire up over the chook sheds, like over their runs, to try and protect them. But yeah, they're pretty bloody clever. I've seen it take a lot of our chooks. Yeah, they sound like dogs almost, don't they, Red Dragon? They're funny. They go right off. A very special permit. Yeah, I don't blame you, Keegan. Yeah, no, a lot of farmers were shooting the eagles here in Australia because they were killing the baby sheep and that sort of thing. So, but they're protected here now, so you can't touch them, which is a good thing. Yeah, that's correct. That's a lot of sodium. Poor old koalas are in a bad way though. I'm not sure if they'll be around for another 20 years. They're all sick and dying now, unfortunately. Poor buggers. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's going on with all our wildlife. They're all getting these diseases and stuff, and it's wiping them out. No, I'd never heard an eagle or anything. Oh, I love the eagles. I love the koalas too, but they're bloody. They've all got herpes. The poor buggers. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand how they all ended up with herpes. It's got me stumped. But apparently they're all sick, so they're all getting like they're all going mad and they're dying off, and dogs kill them, and we cut down their trees, and very sad. No, the wombats aren't all gone, mate. I've got wombats on my land. I've got lots of wombats. There's a type of wombat, the southern hairy-nosed wombat, that's nearly gone. But the normal wombat, no, they're still around. There's still lots of them. No, I think I've got 10 wombats on my property alone. Yeah, the hairy-nosed wombat, yeah. Yeah, no, I've got 10, at least 10 of them on my property alone. Yeah, the wombats eat roots and leaves. The funny little thing with a wombat is a female wombat will poo on a rock or on a log, and she puts it up there so the male can come along, smell that, and know that she's ready to have a bub, and that's how they get together. And a little bit of information for you: tube-shaped poop. Yep. And they're funny little things. They're pretty cool, but a lot of people run them over with their cars. And my neighbour, my new neighbour down the end of the street, he was from the city, and he came down here. As soon as he moved in, he started running over the wombats because he's into muscle cars and hot rods and all that sort of thing. So he was killing a wombat, once a month, and I was having to go down there and bury him. And one of their family members pulled up there one day and said to me, "Oh, thanks for burying the wombat." And I said to the lady, I said, "If you people would slow down, I wouldn't have to bury all these wombats. Leave me alone." And so she's gone home and told her husband or son or whatever, and he's come up and banged on my door and said, "Oh, here, we've got a problem." I said, "Yeah, you're banging on my door saying we've got a problem, so I guess we do." And he's just, "About the wombats." I said, "Yeah, mate, as soon as you moved in, you started killing all the wombats." And I said, "If you've got a problem with that, that's your bad luck, mate." And I said, "Whoever's driving that car needs to slow down," because I've seen him hit the wombats in his car and just keep going. And he goes, "Oh, that's me." I said, "Yeah, well, you need to slow down." And ever since I fronted him on it, there's been no more dead wombats. And I said to him, "Look, mate, I'm burying these little animals. once a month, and they're the size of my little kids. I said, I don't even let my kids go down the road now with you lot around. Yeah, this is a knife. Yes, yes, for all the non-Australians in here. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to tell what an Australian's talking about. Yeah, I had to let him know not to hurt the wombats. They're not hurting anyone. They're just out for a feed, and that's walking across the road at night, and they come flying down the road with 100 kilometres an hour in a 50 zone and kill them. Bloody ridiculous. I've lived here for 20 years here. How you going, Andrew? I sent it out when I found your address on your screen, mate. Remember I was asking you where the address was? Once I found that on your information, I wrote down the address and sent it out. So I have had a lot of trouble with all the mailing going out. People are only just starting to get their mail now from all that. So catch me outside. How about that? It's on the way, Andrew. Everyone's package is on the way. But yeah, I had people in the chat saying to me, I haven't got my package yet. And I'm like, well, I've sent 50, 60 packages out. I can't do any more than that. I can only send them out and let the post office do the rest. I did ask them at the post office. I said, what's going on with the packages? Why are they taking so long to get everywhere? And she said, it's got to be customs. She said, if they're not getting out straight away, it's got to be being held in customs. And they're holding it in customs, and then they're going through it, sorting out whether it's something wrong or not, and then they're sending them out. But yeah, it was very frustrating. I was nearly even thinking about going to a different post office, wondering whether they'll pinching me letters from the post office. Yeah, it does take time. Sometimes, like, it takes a couple of weeks. Like, I sent one to Doughboy, and it took a couple of weeks. And then I sent one to Novus, which took well over 6 to 7 weeks to get to him. Cool, Kevin. Yes. Yes, you got to read that, Kevin. You got to understand what Australians are talking about. A root in Australia has two different meanings. And one of my jokes is when I'm digging up tree roots and stuff, I'll say to someone, "Oh, that's the best root I've had in ages," and they look at you and go, "What?" Yeah, you got yours in like 3 weeks. It's weird. Some people's take months to get there. Some people's take a couple of weeks. It's all, I don't understand how it all works. I noticed the other day when I was going through my thing, I've got to send out two that I'd missed before. I'd missed one for Brad and Belinda in Coin Hunting Couple. I've got to send theirs out. I missed theirs on the last mailing thing. I don't know how that happened. They must have got left in the tray. But I sent out 20 packages to America last week, and that was $60. And unfortunately for me, the captain went and took them ones to the post office, so she found out about the mailing costs, so I got in trouble, which happens a lot. Yeah, I get asked nearly every stream about the packages and that, and people don't seem to understand I'm in Australia. Don't say that in front of Captain. No, the Captain's probably watching and I'll probably get shot when she gets home. She's a good captain. She got to go to work today, but my job got called off, so. Tell people we're having possum tonight. Awesome day, boy. Rattlesnake tonight. I've heard snake's quite good tasting, though. Like, I've heard it's quite a good feed. That was quick, Mr. Doughboy, eh? Like, that's what I mean. Like, I don't understand how it all works. Like, letters are supposed to be quicker than packages for some reason, but I send all mine as letters and they seem to take longer than the packages, so I don't understand. You have a banjo, can't play that? No, I can't play any musical instrument, but I wanted something made by Mr. Doughboy, so I came up with the idea of a banjo and put it to him, and he came up with his banjo, and I was very happy. It was okay, yeah. I suppose it depends whether you're hungry or not, eh? Like, I remember when I've been really hungry, I'll eat anything and it'll taste great. But a lot of times you eat things that people say taste wonderful, and I find them very ordinary. But now everyone wants one. That was the plan, Doughboy. That was the plan, mate, when I came up with the banjo. I love it when a plan comes to work out. Woohoo, I got a coin, I got a coin. I got a changeover. My goodness, this is good fun without the kids here. I'm actually finding stuff. Yeah, if you kill them, you'll cook them. Oh, that's cool. At least you do that. Yeah, as soon as I seen it, I was like, wow, yeah, he's done it. He's hit it out of the park. Champion. I was very impressed when I seen it. How you going, Clever Coin? Welcome, mate. I'm just doing a bit of coin roll hunting, talking about animals in Australia that'll kill you, and yeah, having a bit of fun. Yeah, I like the little mini metal detector guy. He still needs a cowboy hat though, Doughboy. You got a cowboy hat in next time. I'm still sore that I missed your live stream the other day, Doughboy. Does everyone remember Police Academy when Tackleberry missed out on the gunfight at the end of the show, and he's there banging his head on the hood of the car? I missed out on the gunfight, and Lassard's like, "What's wrong with this man?" And he's like, "He missed the gunfight." Well, that'd be me. I'd be Tackleberry, and I missed Doughboy's live stream. It's not fair. Hanging my head on the table. I used to love Tackleberry when I was a little kid. I still do. If I was any of the Police Academy people, I'd probably be Tackleberry. So, what Police Academy character would you be if you were a Police Academy character, people? I'd put it to you. I'm definitely Tackleberry. Yeah, the voice guy. Yes, yeah, the voice guy. He was cool. Yeah, no, I like that. I used to pretend to do all them noises and all that sort of stuff. I couldn't get it all right, though. I don't know how he did all that stuff. Yeah, you'd be Tackleberry too, Doughboy. I like the one where he goes back to the room with the girl and the gun goes off and the girl goes, The drop bear definitely the deadliest animal. And the gun goes off, and the girl goes, "Oh, Tackleberry." You're definitely a gun nut, yeah. So you're not allowed to say that in Australia. That's a bad thing. Like people that like guns are bad people here in Australia, which is crazy. You know, if you're out in the country, you know you got to have them, but yeah, the city people don't like you. You'd be, yeah, you got to watch them drop bears. I still got to do a video on drop bears. Night, Sheree Ward. Thanks for coming. Everyone had guns here. Yeah, well, in Australia, everyone used to have guns because, you know, you had to hunt for your food. Ah, is that how he got good at it? Ah, thanks for a dragon. Now I know. Yeah, no, everyone in Australia used to have guns, and then after the Port Arthur thing, they made everyone hand them all back in. Hey, Parker. Yeah, so now only proud American toting conservative. Yeah, in Australia now only criminals carry guns around on the streets. Like you've got the like the bank robbers and the police and that sort of thing. All the criminals, all the people that want to rob your money. They're the only ones that have guns now. Hope you've liked my little joke there on the police being criminals. We used to have a lot of bad police in Australia. I suppose you have them everywhere, but exactly the reason you need them. Yeah, here in Australia, the police used to have a. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's not the guns doing the killing; it's the people. But yeah, that's okay, Sandy. But the police in Australia, they used to have a little unwritten law amongst themselves that the first person on site. Um, yeah, Port Arthur was bad, but I'm talking about being out on a farm, trying to run a farm using a bolt action rifle, trying to kill 40 wild pigs coming at you. It's not much fun. Pretty scary, actually. And I've been in some real close situations because I was using the bolt action out in the farms. But, I've been very cranky a few times because the government nearly put my life at risk because of it. And I won't do it. I won't go out after pigs anymore. It's too dangerous now. Pigs are a real problem. You don't just get one come after you get 20 or 30 at once, and you've got to try and put them down. It's whew. Anyway, so we'll get back to what the police used to do in Australia. They used to pull up in their car at like a criminal's house or whatever, and they used to load their boot with all the stolen gear or the money or drugs or whatever, and they used to load their boot up until the next person got there, and then they'd stop. And that was the unwritten law of police. So all the policemen got really rich in Australia, and a lot of police officers did car washes, just like in Breaking Bad. Yeah, the pigs. Yeah, no, mate. I've had to run and nearly got gored a few times, so I won't go near them anymore. Big problem. They're going to start killing people in Australia soon. But that's another story. We'll leave that till another time. And yeah, so we had our car wash in town was run by a father and son detective, and they were known as the biggest corrupt police in New South Wales, and they ran that car wash for 15 years, and then when they'd funneled all their cash through it, they burnt it down. So it was like uh, they funneled all their cash through it and then burnt it down. They're overweight. Yeah, well, you know, you go to some of our police officers' houses, you know, and massive big mansions, brick mansions and stuff like that. You know, it's just, where did that money come from? Hey, Justin Woods, how you going, mate? Yeah, it's hard. It's hard in Australia when you've got the city and the country, and both sides don't get together on things and work together. Like deer in Australia are a big problem now. They're getting to the point now where they're hurting a lot of people, and the government won't do anything about it. And a lot of people are getting gored by them. And foxes are incredible now. They're everywhere because you're not allowed to shoot guns anymore. So the foxes are just everywhere. That's really impossible to have chickens now. You've got to have like Fort Chook to keep the foxes out now. And yeah, things are just getting harder, but that's just the way of it. Yeah, animal population control. We used to control the animals here in Australia. Like we used to eat the rabbits. You know, dogs and knives. I don't think I'd do that, Red Dragon. It'd be all right if you had a good dog to keep you safe, but yeah, I'm not doing it with a bolt action anymore. That was too frightening. I'll tell you, I had to change my pants after that day. I used to be a pretty confident hunter too, but that scared me. So I was a good shot, you know, and I was always confident of hitting what I shot at. But when you shoot a pig and they just keep coming at you get scared. I'm telling you right now. And they're big pigs, you know, they're massive. It's out in the outback in Australia. They've got free reign. Nothing takes them on. Yeah, I do too, South Carolina other countries. I've got a lot of police officers that are friends, but you see a lot of. I've been treated badly by them in the past, you know. So I've got good friends. I've got ones that have treated me badly. Take your pick. People are people. You get good and bad in everything, in all religions, creeds, nations, nationalities. You get good and bad people, and that's just, you just got to weed the bad out and get with the good. Yeah, the rabbits used to be a big thing here for eating in Australia. We all used to eat a lot of rabbits, and then our government again brought in all these diseases to try and wipe them out, and it didn't wipe them out. But now they've got all these diseases, and no one will eat them. So no one goes hunting rabbits anymore for food. So now they're just ballooning out of control again. It's quite silly, really. That's right. We all take the good with the bad. We try and make better the world, and that I always wonder why the world is the way it is, and I honestly think it's because of this stuff, money. And for a long time, I didn't like money, but the necessary evil, especially when you've got kids. So yeah, the pigs are like armored. They've got like armored plates in them. The wild dogs are the scary thing here in where I live now at the moment, though. One of my friends, he worked at a funeral parlour, and he asked me to fix his tap. So I said, "Yeah, okay, I'll fix your tap for you." And he took me out into the room, and there's all the, you know, the little square doors and all that sort of stuff. And I didn't want to be in there. And he pulled the door open on one of the doors, and it was a body that had been eaten by wild dogs. And oh my god, never. Oh, I still remember it to this day. And yeah, The wild dogs got this old man and they ate him on his farm. The chickens eating his poodle. We used to have a little we used to have little rabbits for the kids, and we had a little dog, a little Staffordshire Terrier, and the little Staffordshire Terrier treated the rabbits like they were her babies, and she used to, she'd protect them, and anyone that would go near the rabbits, she'd be in there, "Roar, stay away from my little babies." She loved them. Well, this has been a real good chat, everyone. I've finished all my coins, so I think we should do a giveaway, hey? What do you reckon? What coin do you want me to give away? I've got these two here for a giveaway. We've got the Canberra one for number 1, and the Soldiers Coming Home for number 2. So if you want number 1 for the Canberra one, type in 1. If you want number 2, type in 2, and we'll give one of them away. Well, it looks like the 2s are the winner. So I'll tell you what I'll do, Sandy. I'll send you that one, and the other blokes can go for the wall one. How does that sound? Okay, so I'll do a little number range. Paper. Put it on the back of this. So I'll type the number in. Don't really know how to do it on this computer. There we go. All right, so when you see the number range pop up, you go as many times as you like, and good luck. All right, stop. I see a winner. Number 4. South Carolina Relic Hunters, number 1 guess, and you got it right on the head, mate. Congratulations. So I'll send that off to South Carolina Relic Hunters. This is envelope. There we go, I've got some here. So congratulations, South Carolina Relic Hunters. I'll send that one off to you. And Sandy, seeing as you were the only one that wanted the Canberra one, I'll send that one off to you. Oh, yeah, Rafe, you don't want to go up to a koala and try and pat it, mate, unless they're like brought up in a zoo or a sanctuary or something. They'll claw you. Yeah, you don't pet Australian animals. Like a kangaroo, they'll do a lot of damage to you. They'll really go you. Boxing kangaroo, they're not called that for nothing. They fight amongst themselves. Unfortunately, things look really cute and beautiful and innocent, but they get you. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ray. Oh, did I ruin that for you, buddy? Yeah, no, they are a mean bug. They can be mean buggers. But Like I remember okay, Sandy, no problem. Yeah, no, it's we all love our animals here in Australia, but no matter what we seem to do, we seem to do the wrong thing with them. Yeah, I think in The Simpsons they might have shown the koala like as like a friendly animal, and then at the end, like it looked at you with the eye. I still remember that. That was pretty cool. I think I've got to send you something anyway, Sandy. So I'll send that coin to you anyway. No, don't worry about it. I've got. I'm pretty sure I've got envelopes here for Clinton from the other night. Clinton was given. Yep, to Clinton from Cajun Coin Hunter. So I'm already sending you one anyway. Yeah, Clinton gets given lots of stuff on our streams. He's very popular. Yeah, the kangaroos, they go hard. They really fight. They fight to the death over a kangaroo girl. Hi, coin collector. Oh, hi. How you going, mate? Yeah, I think we do have a PayPal, Sandy. It should be in my about page. I'm not real sure and all that sort of stuff. 68 hours straight. You bloody crazy. 68 hours straight. That'll do your health a lot of damage, mate. You don't want to be doing that. I used to do that when I was a young whippersnapper. Many moons ago, I have to tell you now. Yeah, no, I've seen that guy punch the kangaroo, and they do that. I've seen kangaroos take on a group of people. Like you'll be out walking somewhere, and they'll come out of the bush and attack a whole group of people, and you've got to punch on for your life because they'll do damage to you. They'll kill you. They're not the kangaroo's not mucking around when she fights. She goes hard, mate, and they're big. Yeah, they drown dogs. Yeah, they go out into the water. They'll take your dog out into the water and they'll pop back up on their tail. They'll lift their legs up in the air and they'll push the dog down underwater, and that's the end of your dog. Your dog's dead. So never let your dog chase a kangaroo into the water. Yeah. And wombats will kill your dogs if they go down the holes after a wombat. The wombat will turn around and put his butt up against them and crush them up into the wall of the tunnel, and you'll never get your dog back. That'll be the end of your dog because the wombat's got like an armored bone on his bum. His bum's like his armored, like a turtle shell. You still Godzilla on you, sharp teeth. Yeah, see, we don't have raccoons here. I always love watching them in the movies when the raccoons are out up to trouble. Yeah, their back legs are big. They're powerful. Kangaroos. I remember uh, I was out with my uncle once, years and years ago, up out in the outback, and we were shooting kangaroos because they were a problem on this farm. And a really big red one come through, and they were bigger than me. It jumped up on the car of my uncle's car and crushed the roof of the car down. So we had to walk out of there that day. That was terrible. That one. We had to drink out of dam water on the way out. We were so thirsty, we nearly died. Yeah, pretty much, Rafe. You got to be careful with them. You know, you can punch on with them, but you got to be careful. I've seen them do a lot of damage. Like I've seen one kangaroo rip up 4 or 5 people within like 30 seconds. They get on you, scratch you, claw you to bits, and they really do damage to you every time. Not they're no joke. Yeah, it's quite scary, some of the things that you see. But we don't have bears and stuff like that. Like that'd really frighten me. Like I wouldn't like going out into the bush seeing a big bear or something like that. Yeah, I wouldn't like a bear. No thanks. All right, everybody. I think I better go and do some housework before the captain gets home and the kiddies. So thanks for coming, everyone. I really appreciate you coming by and having a chat. It's been good. All right, I'll catch up with you all soon. Thank you, everybody. Bye. Yeah, mate, captain is the boss. When the captain says jump, I say, Captain, how high? I know, mate. Yeah, no, I'll give you a little tip, everyone. For all you fathers out there, a happy wife equals a happy life. Yeah, we do have panthers in the bush, Red Dragon. I've seen them. I've seen them, mate. See, where I live, it borders onto the bush that goes up to the Blue Mountains. From where I am, there's nothing between me and the Blue Mountains. It's just all bush, and that's where the panthers are. They're in the Blue Mountains. Yeah, anyone that goes in the Blue Mountains, they're risking their life coming out. I tell you, it's pretty scary in there. A lot of people go in, but not many people come out. Thanks, everybody. All right, I better end this and go and run and do some quick cleaning up. Bye, everybody.